11-0, 10 knockouts. Usually when you see a prospect with 11-0, 10 knockouts, you're seeing like 1-0 records, 2-0 records that you're going through. Let's pause. Like I jotted this down with Olivas in April on the Haney Ryan Garcia undercard. He had 32 fights. Fox back in January, 28-5, 32 fights. So it's not like you're fighting people who are kids or who are just showing up. Now, main event, Golden Boy. You got the bright lights. Is that, you said the preparation ain't different, but mentally, is that changing anything as them levels step up?
No, not at all. Like I said, it makes me even happy. I think honestly, like I said, it put me in a better place mentally because I know the importance of it. Right, this is a fight that could propel me in the rankings. You know, it's a good way to showcase myself. It's on a Thursday night. Not much is going on on a Thursday night in the sports world, right? So a lot more attention to be on this fight for me, and I thrive with that. You know, everything really stays the same. Like, I'm very big on no matter how much the level goes up, every fight is so important. My debut was, at that point in time, was the most important fight of my career. Because if I lost my debut, then where am I at now, right? 100%. So every fight matters, and I got to treat every fight like it is a world championship fight. They're like, again, it's another cliche thing, but it is real, though. Like, my thing is I don't want anything to really change just because it's at a different level, you know? Oh, it's your first time headlining the card. Okay, yeah, I still need to train just as hard as I was training in past fights, and still need to train, you know, even harder. Like nothing should really change, is what I'm saying. No pressure on anything. I'm thankful for it. You know, Ronald's just another guy that's in the way of me chasing my dreams and trying to be one of the greatest fighters coming out of Texas, greatest fighter in the world. Just another guy in the way.
You say no pressure, right? We know that's not true. With you becoming a headliner, and you know, as a fighter, you must show up and show out, because if you make it to this position, that means if I'm you, I'll say I am a somebody. So it's pressure. It got to be a little nervousness, you know, making it to your first headline fight, something you dreamed for, work hard for, and you know that you must show up and show out to keep moving forward. Thoughts?
So my thoughts on that is, and this is real. This is I'm in a really great place mentally right now. Like, pressure is, when we talk about pressure is just what we put on ourselves. You know what I'm saying? There's outside expectations, but it's really on our mental and what we think about it that really applies that to ourselves, right? Like, I can put as much pressure as I want to on myself in every single fight to perform a certain way, but what I've learned through all my previous experiences, through the amateurs, through the pros, is a lot of people fold under pressure like that, you know, and they're doing it to themselves. I'm not gonna need to do that to myself, you know. It's already a tough sport as it is. I don't need to put more weight on my shoulders than I need to, and so mentally, like throughout the years, that's something I've always been working on, is to release a lot of that pressure off me, you know. I love this sport. It's not a sport that I need to do. I have a degree in nursing. I don't need to do. I do this because I love it. And so every time I go into the ring, I'm just having fun, you know. And I know what released a lot of pressure for me is I go into every fight fully prepared, that I've done everything I can do. So whatever happens in the ring, you know, win, lose, draw, I did what I was supposed to do beforehand. So I go into every fight fully confident in myself, knowing I gave it my all and I did everything I was supposed to do.
We were at the Ugas Spence fight. You were on the undercard. You've been in the spotlight. You were Haney Garcia, giant fight, probably the biggest, most talked about fight of the year thus far. I did notice when we were in San Antonio, and then after that when we were in Houston for the Duarte fight. But I noticed the difference in the crowd response to you in San Antonio with the Schofield, who was it, Haskell Rhodes fight. Yeah. You had a crowd, you had a presence there. What does that do to you, bro? Like when you hear the fans there for Darius.
No, I cannot make this up, man. It's been the biggest blessing for me. So one thing you got to understand for me, like the big thing that I enjoy about this process and this journey is all my family support that I have with me, like taking them, like feel like I'm taking them on a journey, right? So it's always important, even my family. I had them at every single one of my fights. And literally anytime I hear them chanting DFG, DFG, it do something to me. And I think anybody can recognize that. Like, it do something to you because this is the weirdest thing about this sport. You know, I did this sport when I first started. I wasn't really a fan of team sports, right? I did it, obviously. You know, I'm from Texas. You know, obviously I played football, right? But one thing I hated about it was I hated people pointing fingers, blaming, like, we lost because you missed a tackle, you didn't make the block, or you missed the catch, or whatever. So I've always gravitated towards individual sports. So back in high school, I started wrestling. When I finished doing that, I got into boxing because I love the accountability of it, where I feel like it's all on me. If I lost, it's because I lost. If I won, it's because I won. You know, I put the work in for that. But the more I've been in this sport, the more I realize how important it is having a team and support system that's there with you. Because anytime I hear that, man, I don't ever feel alone in there. I feel like I really got them pushing me, you know? Like, I don't know. I think a lot of fighters can relate to that. Like, you feel that support and you feel that push, and it just kind of motivates you in that moment in the ring to really push through, even when you're tired, even when you're hurt, and even though it's hard. Like, you know, you got people that's backing you. And so that means a lot to me. It's a big thing for me and my development. So it's always important, and it's gonna be the same way for this next fight. I got so many people that's coming out to this. My first headline,
That's
you know,
awesome,
so I'm gonna have a lot of support of people chanting DFG, and I'm hoping everybody's gonna got to hear it on the broadcast. I know it.